Hey guys, so the bot for the month of May is of course going to be Cheetor, and they posted his spotlight info as well as his bot intel report, which we're going to go over in a little bit, and then at the very end we're going to play a little video from Kabam's their Forged to Fight Twitter account that shows some gameplay of Cheetor. So yeah, but then again, this just goes to show that Kabam can completely throw a curveball at us. There is no pattern to the way that bots get get released. It's whatever they decide between them and Hasbro. So yeah, maybe next month we might be getting Jazz, maybe Lockdown, maybe somebody else. So who knows? But hint hint, come on Kabam, give us Jazz or Lockdown already. Alright guys, so when does the hunt for Cheetor begin? This is going to be pretty straightforward. We're just going to skim through this real quick. Everything is basically the same from last month's Spotlight. So yeah, so it's going to start tomorrow, 10 p.m. Pacific time. The level locks, again, easy will be 10, medium will be 20, hard will be 30, expert 35, and master will be unlocked at 40. And I'll let you guys go ahead and read through some of these rewards. Basically the ones that we're all, most concerned with are master and expert. So expert will be for chapter chapter 1 completion. It'll be 3500 alpha spark essence, some tier 3 basic spark essence, and some tier 2. Same with the rest of the chapters. And then for mastering all of it, you're gonna get all those nice little goodies. And for master, let's go to master real quick. Just for completing everything or the entire act, you'll get of course a gold Cheetor relic, 5-star bot crystal shards times 1500, 1000 tier 4 basic spark essence, and 1 tier 3 class spark crystal. So missed me. Yep. Alright guys, so let's go over his bot intel report real quick. Oops, what am I doing? It's on this other tab. Okay, so he looks awesome, by the way. I'm not sure where this design is from. I'll have to double check. But here he is, guys. Scout class. As the youngest and quickest of the Maximals, Cheetor is 1 part soldier and 1 part daredevil. With the addition of rocket boosters and the power of flight, his transmetal upgrade makes him even more unpredictable. 2-star, 3-star, 4-star stats. His basic abilities are going to be power gain, evade, and bleed. So as soon as I read bleed in my mind, I was like, you know what? This guy has a chance at replacing Windblade as being like one of the top tier bleed characters from the scout class. So depending on how good he hits and how how hard his damage is, it's gonna be interesting. He might be replacing Windblade soon. So his passive, so this bot's transmetal exterior provides 10% passive energy resistance and reduces the effectiveness of enemy abilities that drain power by 100%. So technically that means he shouldn't be affected by any sort of power drain or power leaks or anything like that, which is super nice. At the end of a light or medium melee combo, each time Cheetor completes a light or medium melee combo, he gains 0.5 to 2% of his max power over 1 second. That doesn't sound like a lot. I really don't think 2% of your max power is a lot. So yeah, I mean, of course it's gonna keep adding up, of course. So we'll have to see, I guess. We'll have to see when we play with him to see just how much max power he's gonna be gaining with consistent melee combos, but it doesn't sound like too much. Critical melee hits. So his critical melee hits have a 30 to 40% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 40 to 60% of attack over 4 seconds. Before I read over this, I went over Windblades, and I think she has at rank 5 a 66% chance to inflict a bleed on her crits, dealing I think like 60% of her attack over 4 seconds. So kind of in the same ballpark as Cheetor here. But Cheetor's bleeds have a little extra effect as well. So bleeding opponents generate 30% less power when struck. And this is one of the ones, this next ability sounds super awesome, by the way. Dashing and heavy attacks. So Cheetor has a 100% chance to evade range attacks and a 20 to 30% chance that the projectiles will miss completely. So there was a little confusion as far as like exactly how this is worked, but I think Mike already kind of explained it in the forums. Basically, if you're dashing at an opponent who's shooting you with like ranged attacks or like a ranged heavy, your character is gonna sidestep it, and that's gonna be it, you know. He's gonna stop in his tracks once he sidesteps, and you know, you won't get hit by the rest of the ranged attacks. But he also has a 20 to 30% chance to completely miss, for that projectile to completely miss, and you'll just keep dashing at the opponent. So, you know, you won't be interrupted, your dash won't be interrupted, you won't sidestep, you'll just go right at him, which sounds super awesome. Kind of like Windblade's heavy, I think. You know, she can dodge all like the range attacks with a heavy, so similar in a way. With this guy, his heavy attacks have a 100% chance to evade, as well as dashing. I think dashing is going to be pretty crazy, so kind of looking forward to this guy. His signature ability, Feral Strike. So whenever he fills a power bar, Cheetor gains a Feral Strike buff, granting 10 to 40% crit rate, and his attacks ignore armor, shielding, evasion, and do not trigger enemy abilities for 4 seconds. Additionally, while Feral Strike is active, Cheetor gains a 25% chance to evade melee attacks. This sounds awesome. Honestly, if I'm reading this correctly, technically he shouldn't even get shocked by, let's say, what's his name? By Rhinox's shields. It's going to give him, you know, that extra crit rate, so he's going to be doing more damage, which means technically he should proc Rhinox shields, but he's going to ignore armor, shielding, evasion, and he will not trigger enemy abilities for 4 seconds. So that sounds freaking awesome. But of course, it's only 4 seconds, and whenever you fill a power bar. But I don't know, it sounds like a pretty interesting signature though. I can't wait to try it out though. I guess the higher the signature, the more your crit rate is going to be, but you know, an extra 10 to 40%, it's going to put you pretty high as far as like being able to inflict bleed. So where was the bleed chance? Where was it? Am I reading this wrong? Oh, here it is. So 30 to 40% chance to inflict bleed. So yeah. It's gonna be like 50 to 80% chance to inflict the crit, and then, you know, an extra chance to inflict what do you call it, bleed. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Special attacks, Transmetal Trauma. Cheetor gives his opponent the tail end, 100% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 70 to 90% of attack over 8 seconds. 100% chance to inflict Repair Block. The opponent stays repair blocked from this attack for as long as they're bleeding. Here's your Revenge of the King counter to Waspinator, guys. Inflicts Repair Block on Special 1 for at least 8 seconds, so that's freaking awesome. Special 2 will be Quasar Blaster. Blaster sets a full power, 100% chance to gain power rate up, increasing this bot's flow of power by 50% for 10 seconds. This attack deals up to 50% more damage based on the opponent's percentage of missing power. So if they're at like basically 0 power, this attack is going to do 50% more damage, and you're also going to get that increased flow of power by 50% for 10 seconds. And then Special 3 will be Maximal Overdrive. Faster than a Transwarp Bullet. 100% chance to power lock the opponent for 10 seconds and drain up to 3% of the opponent's max power. 3% of the opponent's max power. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it should be able to get you out of a situation where the opponent is at like full 3 bars of power, 100% power. This attack deals up to 100% more damage based on the opponent's percentage of missing power. This is what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping that his Special 3 doesn't do crap damage, similar to how Windblades doesn't do that much damage, as well as Prowls. I think those two from the Scout class kind of, I don't like their Special 3s as far as how much damage they do. But Special 3 is kind of similar to Prowls. I don't think as long. I think Prowls is like close to like 20 seconds of power locking the opponent. His, I'm hoping, Cheetor's, I'm hoping that it does more damage, and yeah, I mean, from the sound of it, it should do more damage based on the opponent's percent of missing power, but overall, I'm just hoping it does more damage than the rest, or than like either one of them. Synergy bonuses, so mutual allies with Rhinox, Dinobot, and Optimus Primal, granting 2 to 8% armor. Enemies with Waspinator granting 2 to 8% attack. The incoming Beast Purification from Optimus Primal. Heavy attacks of Beast Wars characters grant 4 to 20% attack rating for 5 seconds, and purifying damaging debuffs as long as there are 2 or more Beast Wars bots on Primal's team. And finally, Mutual Speed Chasers with Sideswipe, Mirage, and Bumblebee Cinematic. 5 to 40% attack when dodging the opponent's attack. So that should be on their next attack, I believe. So not too bad overall. Pretty straightforward synergies. Strong matchups, of course, against Shockwave. He'll have a hard time hitting Cheetor, and if he does, he'll even have a harder time draining his power. Against Optimus Primal, Cheetor's signature ability will allow him to punch through Primal's crit armor, and if the ape thinks he's going to heal from the bleeds, Cheetor's repair block will put a stop to that idea. That is awesome. I completely forgot about that, so gonna ignore Primal's crit armor. There it is, another potential bot to take on Rulers of not Rulers of Chaos, sorry, Revenge of the King, fighting against that first bot, Optimus Primal. And weak matchups against Hound, who knows? Hound's precision ammo will make short work of this bot as he attempts to dash in for an attack. Yeah, maybe. I still think Hound is complete garbage. Megatron GS. Cheetor requires constant buffs to stay on top, some that Megatron would love to steal. Recommended mods for Cheetor: Scout Sentry, Robot Resource, of course. So Cheetor wants to win. This mod is like his dream come true. That's awesome. I'm really excited for this bot, guys. He definitely has potential to be like a top tier scout. What else was I gonna say? As far as replacing Windblade, there's a pretty high chance of that happening, depending on just how strong he is in his play style and how like all of his specials, depending on how much damage they do. So yeah, this could be the potential replacement for Windblade, guys, as far as like the bleeding character from the scout class. So yeah, I'm super excited. Let me know your thoughts though on Cheetor. What do you guys think? Tomorrow I'm as well going to be live streaming at 8 p.m. Central, so we're going to do a bunch of crystal openings, and then afterwards I'll probably do 1 or 2 runs on master difficulty for chapter 1. So yeah, guys, pretty excited for that. Let's go ahead and check out that video from Twitter, from Kabam's Forged to Fight account. Let's see if it loads. So there it is, guys. Overall, pretty interesting character. So yeah, can't wait to see what he does. So we should definitely be able to unlock him tomorrow. We'll probably take him up immediately up to rank 4, maybe even rank 5, depending on how we're feeling. But yeah, we'll definitely check him out though at rank 4. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and see you guys tomorrow.